First Take on a Wednesday. Good day. Thanks for hanging with us. Max Kellerman, Stephen A. Smith, Molly Karam here with you.
What's up, baby?
Guys, I'm pretty fired up about today's show.
One more day.
Y'all fired up about today's show. I don't know about myself. I mean,
you got
Shaq's
the three-piece on.
I mean, Shaq, I do.
You're ready to go.
Don't I look smooth?
NFL coming up tomorrow night.
I must admit that
the
myself.
knit tie.
But that damn Shaquille O'Neal coming into my house. He always trying to take over. He always does that stuff.
You don't like anyone stealing your shine.
Why don't you come on the show and just try to take over? He always does that stuff, but I'll deal with him later. I'll deal with him.
Yes, so Shaq is going to be with us, and so is John Gruden. So please stay tuned for that.
John Gruden's coming?
Yeah, John Gruden.
I'm sorry, did I invite John Gruden?
Yes,
did I invite John Gruden?
He's going to educate you.
Actually, oh no, John Gruden will not educate me. John Gruden is in a world of trouble. Let me look, put that camera on me right now. John Gruden is in a world of trouble when he gets on this show because John Gruden has some explaining to do to me. I'll tell y'all why. He in trouble.
Always about him, Max.
No.
You'll catch on to that.
You're going to take him to quarterback camp?
What about me? What about me? What about me? That would be the name of my production company with my boy Jeff. What about me Productions?
Shout out to Jeff. All right, let's get into it. We kick things off with Stephen A's Steelers. Four-time Super Bowl champion quarterback Terry Bradshaw's high praise for current Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger. In an interview with Steelers.com, Bradshaw saying, quote, "I would rate Ben right on top of the list, ahead of Brady for sure and anybody else, Rivers, Eli. He's big, strong, and poised. Ben has amazing talent, strong arm, strong guy. Big in big games, clutch throws, make something happen. It's been years of solid, exceptional play. He could have been the MVP in the league last year if he would have stayed healthy. I'm not saying this because I'm a Steeler and trying to suck up to anybody. I'm just telling you he is special, different. I'll take Roethlisberger over any of those guys." Bold words there.
It's very, very bold words. It's very bold words. It's the great Terry Bradshaw, by the way, a four-time Super Bowl champion with the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah,
just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. He
Good
does
analyst.
a phenomenal job on Fox, and I deeply appreciate Terry Bradshaw. I love him. He knows that. Plus, he gives me hope that when I lose my hair like he does, I might still have a chance of looking good. Anything's possible in this world. But let me say this. Although I do believe he's engaged in just a touch of hyperbole, because we all know that the best quarterback in football is that bad man, Aaron Rodgers, I must confess to you, I would put Roethlisberger at 3. I think about the NFL, and don't you shake your head. Did I explain myself? You don't start with me, Max. We didn't even start the show practically. You just watch yourself. Ben Roethlisberger deserves to be top 3. That's right, I said it. The man is a two-time Super Bowl champion. He's been throwing for 4,000 yards plus for most of the past 5 seasons. He's got 2 Super Bowl rings. The Steelers are perennial, they're perennial playoff contenders as far as I'm concerned. When I think about what Ben Roethlisberger has done, there's only 2 quarterbacks that come before him, and we all know who they are. The bad man that he is, Aaron Rodgers, because he's a bad man. And, of course, the great Tom Brady. That's it, because his resume speaks volumes. I don't want to hear about Cam Newton ahead of Ben Roethlisberger. I don't want to hear about Russell Wilson ahead of Ben Roethlisberger. Don't roll your eyes at me, Molly. Listen, this is serious business here. Because let me tell you something right now. And this is the problem, especially with you.
There's more than that better than Ben Roethlisberger, too, but I'll get to that.
Listen, here's the problem with people like you. You know what? The fair-weather dudes, breath smelling like Similac wet behind the ears, just a younger generation. That's right, me, the elder statesman of the crew.
Yeah.
Isn't it a damn shame? It's
Max
true.
is a real
it's just
rookie.
the truth. But it's people like you, Max, because here's why. When you look at Big Ben Roethlisberger, you're going to sit there and look at Cam Newton last year. Okay, I'm going to look at the years before last year. You're going to look at Russell Wilson in the last 8 games last year and how phenomenal he was. I'm going to look at all of those years. As great as I think Russell Wilson is and as spectacular as I think he can be, I'm thinking about the fact that, he was riding that defense of the Seattle Seahawks to prominence because we all knew that it was their defense that got them there. Whereas when I'm looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers, I haven't thought about the Pittsburgh steel curtain for a long time. The steel curtain has left me. It has departed. It has betrayed me and Steeler lovers everywhere, okay? Their defense stinks half the time. Don't get me started with their secondary, all right? But they're getting younger, getting more speed, more athleticism. So we hope that they will show up. But in the end, they've given you nothing to believe in whatsoever over the last several years. So why have the Steelers been in the playoffs? Why have they captured 2 Super Bowls? Why have they been considered a team to be reckoned with? Because of Big Ben Roethlisberger. That's why I'm thinking top 3. You give me, and if you want to make an argument, you got to put Breeze even before you put Cam Newton and Russell Wilson.
And Ben Roethlisberger, but that's another story.
And I'm still going to pick Big Ben, because when I look at it, I think about Brady, and I think about Aaron Rodgers. Those are the 2 dudes whose resumes, I know that doesn't matter to young bucks like yourself, Max Kellerman, but for people like me, your resume speaks volumes. Who you are, what you have accomplished over a longer period of time matters. I've said it many times. I'll say it again. A dead clock is right twice a day. Anybody can have a good season. Not anybody, but a lot of people can have a good season. A lot of people can have a one-year winner or be a one-hit wonder. It's what you do over a lengthy period of time that counts. And Big Ben Roethlisberger has a resume. For you young folks out there, I know you may not know what that means. Learn it. Resumes matter. They speak for you even more than potential.
Yeah, resumes matter when you're talking about the Hall of Fame, when you're talking about career value. Of course resumes matter, but we're talking about right now. And you're falling into the trap that many fall into. Let me tell you something. I can sit here and say Ghostface is my favorite rapper, right? Ghostface is my favorite rapper of all time. And he's one of the greatest rappers of all time. But I'm not going to sit here and argue that he's Jay or Biggie or someone like I don't think I'm going to win the argument. I don't care, because he's my favorite and he's an all-time great. That's who I'm listening to. You want to tell me that Ben Roethlisberger is your favorite? I get it. He's kind of my favorite, too. I get it. And he's great. But that doesn't mean just because he has had so far a more accomplished career than Cam Newton that he's better than Cam Newton right now. He's not. If he was, he would have won the MVP.
That's not true. There's plenty of people that have won the MVPs before, Max, and they fell off the wagon.
And in those seasons, they were the best. But Cam Newton's in his physical prime. He's not injured. He's in his mid-20s. You expect him to get worse? Or Ben Roethlisberger. Now, let's look at the teams they're on.
Okay.
But first of all, you have him 3rd. Aaron Rodgers, yes. Cam Newton is number 2, and he's nipping at Aaron Rodgers' heels right now.
So you have Rodgers.
Yes. Cam Newton, that's right.
I'm sorry.
Cam Newton's number 2. According to NFL players, he's number 1.
I'm stuttering here.
Yeah.
You got Cam Newton ahead of Tom Brady?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
And by the way...
You are smoking something. What is the matter with you? What is the matter with you?
How many touchdowns?
Just blasphemy. How could you say such a thing?
How many touchdowns did Tom Brady was he responsible for last year? 39. Cam Newton, 45.
Oh,
45 to 39.
Hold on. So 6
halfway
touchdowns.
Through the season.
Hold on, I'm sorry. So response, because I'm asking questions. I know it's your time. I'm just asking questions here. I just want to make sure I'm clear, Molly. Help me out here. I'm asking questions. So Tom Brady being responsible for 6 less touchdowns than Cam Newton in 1 year elevates Cam Newton above Tom Brady, despite the resume that Tom Brady has that includes 4 Super Bowl titles?
Sure, it's one of the things.
Where's security?
Absolutely.
The ESPN should have you drug tested right now.
That guy's 6'6". The other guy's 6'3". Just because he's 3 inches taller means he's taller?
I need urine samples. I need drug testing. I need everything. How could you say such a thing?
Just because Shaq is 7'1", that means he was taller than Jordan, who was 6'6"? Yes, it does. You just count. Yes, absolutely. That's one of the reasons he had a better season. Halfway through last season, it looked like Tom Brady was the runaway choice for MVP. No one else was in the conversation. 3 quarters through the season, you started looking, going, maybe Cam. And by the end of the season, Cam Newton was the correct choice for MVP, and he didn't even have the best second half of the season. That would be Russell Wilson. Now, you bring up Ben Roethlisberger, who is a great quarterback and one of my favorites, maybe my favorite quarterback, other than Eli Manning, because I'm a Giants fan. But is he even top 5? Aaron Rodgers, Cam Newton, Tom Brady, Russell Wilson, who's won a Super Bowl, who does not have the same offensive weapons Ben Roethlisberger has, who, by the way, was always considered correctly an excellent game manager who was big on 3rd down and could pick up yards with his legs. That's kind of exactly who you want, and has now evolved into a big-time playmaker who's usually, so many clutch plays in his career. Russell Wilson 4, Drew Brees 5, Ben Roethlisberger 6.
Wow.
I'd love to put him in the top 5. There's just no room,
6.
Stephen A.
6.
I'm just trying to figure out how soon you should be banned. I mean, this is unbelievable. I'll give you credit for bravery to come on national television to spew your idiocy. Your contemptible, just insulting stuff. A two-time Super Bowl champion who we've all speculated may be the orchestrator of the most prolific offense of the modern-day era by the time we get finished watching this Steelers offense. If it wasn't for Martavis Bryant getting himself suspended for the year, it would unquestionably be the most prolific offense of the modern-day era with the weapons that the Steelers have at their disposal. That's right, I said it. Excuse me, Le'Veon Bell, D'Angelo Williams, Martavis Bryant, Antonio Brown. What I'm saying to you
is
what I'm saying to you is that the Steelers, even when they didn't have that, was still a team to be reckoned with offensively because of Big Ben. Cam Newton had a great year. He had a better year than Big Ben last year. Russell Wilson had a bigger year than Big Ben last year. Are you telling me they're better than Big Ben?
Could you imagine?
Resume-wise and what they bring to the table?
No, you keep making it about resume. I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about right now.
Listen.
Hold on. Do this thought experiment. Do this thought experiment, okay?
Sure, go ahead.
Give Cam Newton the Steelers' offensive line from last year, and then add Antonio Brown.
They lost Pouncey last year. They lost Pouncey last year. That was a big. Hold on, listen. Jonathan Stewart is nothing to sneeze at. That's number one.
Is he Le'Veon Bell?
No, but the point is, but wait a minute. But he is more durable. Number one. Number two, they usually do a lot of. They usually do a lot of read option and play action. So we have to think about how guys are utilized. Ben Roethlisberger ain't trying to run like Cam Newton. Ben Roethlisberger is strictly a drop back passer, a pocket passer who shrugs off defenders to make things happen. He doesn't have the athleticism, nor does he try to exude the athleticism that a Cam Newton has. We recognize that, but he extends
he doesn't have
no other.
I just said that. I'm sorry, you didn't hear me. I just said that he didn't have that. My point to you is that he doesn't have it, but you know what Cam doesn't have? His ability to throw in the pocket the way Big Ben can. You gonna tell me he does?
Cam
you're gonna tell me that Cam Newton can throw in the pocket like Big Ben Roethlisberger?
If you want to rate that skill, I'll rate Ben Roethlisberger ahead of Cam on that skill.
Hold on, listen. I'm saying to you, the edge that you give Cam Newton, athletically, motor skills, is the edge I would give Big Ben over Cam as a pocket passer.
Here, let me make it really simple.
So which one do you need?
I'll make it really simple.
More as a quarterback.
I'll just make it real simple. Cam Newton's better than Ben Roethlisberger. How about this? Drew Brees. Give Drew Brees, who has has as many 5,000-yard passing seasons as everyone else in history combined. Give Drew Brees Ben Roethlisberger's team. His offensive line and his offensive weapons. What does Drew Brees do?
We can debate that, and I would concede to you. I would concede to you that is a far better argument than Cam or Russell Wilson as a pocket passer or quarterback, which is what I'm thinking about primarily. Don't give me that. You just told me yesterday.
Wilson.
Hold on. You just told me yesterday don't pay attention to those numbers. Now you're going to bring up the numbers?
No.
You didn't say that yesterday?
No.
You didn't say that yesterday?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
You really?
I said don't pay attention to the counting numbers, the antiquated numbers. Pay attention to the more sophisticated.
That's what you said yesterday.
That's
what you said yesterday.
Yes, I said don't pay attention. Don't pay attention to RBIs.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Pay attention to on-base percentage. Don't pay attention to raw counting.
Hold on.
Pay attention to efficiency numbers.
But you said it while I was bringing up present-day metrics. You said it while I was bringing up QBR.
Now you're changing
No. I didn't say it. You said that when I said those things.
Who had the highest QBR in the second half of last season ahead of Drew Brees?
Who?
Russell Wilson.
Yes.
Yeah, he balled.
Did Russell Wilson also win a Super Bowl title?
Yes, he did. One.
Okay.
And lost the other one. That interception, by Malcolm Butler, that should have never been thrown, by the way. Keep going.
Sure.
Keep going.
Did Ben Roethlisberger not ride a great defense to a Super Bowl title, his first one? Was he really good in those playoffs?
The one against Seattle?
He made a tackle in the open field, but otherwise, was he really good in those playoffs?
Ben Roethlisberger was not that impressive at all in that Super Bowl against Seattle, but he was impressive getting them there, not to mention the fact that he damn sure was impressive with that drive to Santonio Holmes, one of the greatest drives we'll ever see, in a Super Bowl.
Did Roethlisberger get to the Super Bowl last year?
No, he did not.
Is he the reigning MVP?
No.
Okay.
So?
Did he have a great offensive line and great offensive line?
No, he did not have a great offensive line last year.
He didn't have a great offensive line.
He had a decent. Pouncey was out. Pouncey was out. That took a lot out of that.
That takes
hold on. That's a very, very significant thing.
Sure,
what are you talking about? That's very, very significant. Pouncey is a very. Are you just going to dismiss Pouncey? Is that what you're doing? Is that what you're doing?
Elite O-line last year. Steelers and elite O-line last year.
They were pretty solid.
Not elite. Not the word elite. I'm addressing Max's word. Okay. Don't try to jump in to help him. Let him hold his own. You use the word elite. The Steelers were not an elite offensive line.
Cam Newton.
Yep.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
Russell Wilson, Drew Brees, that's the top 5. Okay. And then, maybe my favorite, Ben Roethlisberger, but I'm not going to allow that to make me overrate him.
Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, you can give me Bruce or Big Ben 3 or 4, it's a pick 'em, and Cam Newton's 5.
Okay.
Hold on,
fair enough. And Terry Bradshaw has Big Ben at 1. Let's remind everyone.
Let me say this. He has Big Ben at 1. And I'm questioning that because I can't ignore Russell Wilson. I can't ignore him. I'm questioning that. But don't tell me that the top 4 ain't Brady or Rodgers, Brady, Big Ben, and Drew Brees.
That is precisely what I'm telling you. And after this year, he's going to be 7 because here comes Andrew Luck.
Guess what, gentlemen? Paging John Gruden. We need his help here. The NFL season kicks off in 1 day, and who better to preview the season and help break this down? We need to get to the bottom of this. A real pro here. He's going to answer this question.
John Gruden is in trouble.
He does not need help.
He's in trouble.
He'll be with us next. Stay here. Can't wait.
This is Shaquille O'Neal, and I'm coming up on First Take. Stephen A., I got the tissue for you, baby. Don't cry. Dry your eye. Here comes Shaq, and I'm not a little guy. Ooh.